With release of DaVinci Resolve 21, we got the Krokodove effects, and they just changed the text editing game in DaVinci. So for today, I'm gonna show you 5 effects that can elevate your text game in DaVinci. Okay, so here we have our 5 text effects. So first one is Extrude, as you can see. Let's play it, and would you look at that? So you would think that this was done maybe in 3D, but actually no. You don't have to go into 3D systems anymore to create this like extruded 3D text. So let's jump right into Fusion and see what's going on. So here we just have our text plus node. It just has template because I added them in the edit page, so don't get confused by that. And then we have our extrude node. So right here I have keyframed the angle, as you can see, and it's just changing throughout the length of our text plus node. So let's recreate this from scratch. So we need a text plus node, so let's just copy the extrude like this, and let's add it right here. So now we have this text that is saying extrude. Let's increase the size, and then we can just press shift and space and type in extrude, and we don't go to the extrude 3D, but just the extrude, the first one. And now that we have added our extrude, let's add it to our window right here, and right off the bat we have something like this. So let's see, what do we actually have? As you already saw, we have the angle parameters. When we flip them over, our extrusion goes round and round, as you can see here. We also have the length, so you can actually make this really long if you want to and create something like this. This can also be like an infinite shadow. Let's make it like this, and then if you use it all the way up here, then it's like an infinite shadow. You also have your color right here. We can change the color. It's all black, white, whatever color we all like. Let's leave it at green for now. Right here we have our perspective type. It's parallel right now, but we can also do radial. So radial basically means that it will follow this dot right here that we now have. So if we change it to right here, as you can see, as we move it around, so does our extrusion move with it. Let's leave it in the middle. We can also play with the length parameters as always, and you can create some really cool effects with this. Also, what we have is this light tab. If we uncheck use light, then it's just the plain color that we have selected. But if we do use light, as you can see, it adds lightning and shadows, and you can also play with that. You don't have to go to the 3D system anymore if you want to create 3D text in DaVinci Resolve. So let's jump right to the next one. Next one is actually Bevel, and let's jump right into Fusion. Here we have a bit more complicated setup, but I'll explain everything as it should. As you can see right now, we have our text that is connected to the bevel, then it's connected to the mask of the color corrector, and then to the output. Also, we have this background that has the text connected to the mask input, and then it's connected to our color corrector as the background. Why do we have it like this? Well, if we only have the bevel right here, get it in, it becomes a lot dark. As you can see, it darkens our letters a lot. That's why we have it set up like this. Let's just recreate so I can explain better. Right here, let's copy our bevel, go to our text plus node, put it in, and then we have something like this. Let's increase our size, and then we can press shift and space and type in bevel, and just add a bevel for now. Let's add our bevel to our view, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. So now we can play with our bevel size right here, with the bevel height. Also, you have this, if you want to use a custom shape, you can also do that, but in my opinion, just having it at default looks okay, and just playing with the size is enough. Also, we have a light position. Light position is currently right here, and if we take it and just move it around, That's something like this. As we shift our light position around, so does our bevel. But as you saw, our text is actually just pure white, and when we add the bevel, it darkens it a lot. That's why we have gone with this setup right down below. So let's see why I did that. First thing that we're gonna do, we are gonna add our background node right here, and we are gonna connect our text to the background mask, and we add it, and then we can just change the text to white. Next thing that we are gonna do is again connect our text to the bevel node right here, and then we are gonna add a color corrector right here. Our background goes to the yellow input of the corrector, and our bevel goes to the mask input of our color corrector. Let's add it now, and let's go to our color corrector. We actually have to go to our settings and change our channel from alpha to luminance right here, and let's go back to our correction, and we just have to increase our gain to the max. And now when we change our color, as you can see, as we start changing our color, our text gets that beveled look, and it's not dark anymore. So we can choose something like, let's say, red, and then we can go and play with our control settings. We can increase our bevel size, and then we go to our color corrector, and if we don't see the bevel as shown right here, we can actually just decrease our gain until we start to see our bevel somewhere around here. Let's go back to our bevel. Bevel size is a bit too big, and then we have something like this. And then if we go to our bevel and to our light change it actually isn't dark, and it shows quite nicely. With different colors, you will have to set different variables like different gain and bevel size and everything else. You'll figure it out, but it's just a workaround so the text doesn't get dark. I'm just gonna show you quickly what happens if we just, as you can see, the text is really dark like this. But because we went with this color correction and the background and everything else, it looks a lot nicer. Okay, so that's it with the bevel. Next one that we have is actually really cool, and it's this grow effect, which looks really amazing, and you can create some cool text effects with it. So let's jump into Fusion. Again, we just have our text plus node and our grow effect. So let's add our text plus node. I will show you how to create it. So right here we have our text plus node. Let's add it right to the viewer. Okay, let's increase its size, something like this, and then we can just choose the same font, it's permanent marker. Okay, so now we have this exact same text as right here. Let's just increase the size a little more, somewhere around here. Let's just press shift and space and type in grow and add our grow effect right here and bring it to our viewer like this. So now we have this dot that we can actually move around, as you can see, and when we take our dot and place it on top of this G right here, and then just play with our soften starts and end, because as you can see right here, when we have this softness, it's actually doing this weird effect that it's making the opacity of this point smaller and the text becomes see-through. So let's just soften starts is 0, and then we have our soften end that we can also adjust to somewhere around here. And then when we adjust our grow end, we actually can make that growing effect from our starting point that we have chosen. But as you can see now, we only have 2 letters, and that's because we can have multiple seeds. And what that means is just that we can have multiple points of growth in our text. For example, now we have seed number only 1, so just this point is 1 seed, but we have 4 words in our word grow. So let's increase our seed number to 4, and now we have those 4 seeds. So seed 1, seed 2, seed 3, seed 4. Let's adjust our seed 2 to be right here on top of our R, and seed 3 we are gonna adjust it to be on top of our O, and seed 4 we are gonna actually adjust to be on top of our W right here. Now we have something like this. So let's go to our beginning and keyframe our grow end right here. Let's go to 0 and keyframe our grow end. Let's go some 20 frames forward like this and keyframe our grow end again, and then just increase it until all of the letters are visible. And now we have like this effect that's really cool, but they are starting to grow at the same time. Maybe we don't want that, so we can go right here to seed, and then we have this offset. So offset 1 we won't touch because that's the first one. We can offset number 2, let's say right here, to start right here, and then we can offset number 3, so our O in our word to start going now, and let's say our W to start going now. So with just these offsets we have actually created a word by word animation for our, okay, we just need to our offset make a bit shorter to somewhere around here. So let's see if it finishes. Okay, our W just gets cut off, so we are gonna adjust our offset back so we actually can see it, because our animation is only 20 frames. And then we have something like this, and there you have this cool grow effect that you can create really quickly, and the cool animation that comes with it. Of course, we can go to the spline and just select those keyframes and smooth them out, so it looks something like this, which is a lot better in my opinion. Okay, the next one is actually this back effect. So let's see how we actually make that. So as always, we have our text plus node and then our back node right here. So let's get our text plus node in, copy this text just and add it like this, and then add here, increase our size like this, and then just shift space and type in back and add it. So right here we can just drag our pack and drag it to the first viewer, and as you can see we have some controls right here. Let's increase our elements, and as you can see it creates this cool texture that's backing our words, our letters right here. We can increase the size, here are maximum elements. So let's see, we want to create some cool animation. Maximum elements, it can only go to 1, so it will be a dot right here, and then we can keyframe it, go some 20 frames forward and keyframe it again to something like this, and then go to our spline, select it, zoom all to fit, select all and press S, and then we have this cool backing effect right here. We actually have a lot more to play with here. As you can see, there's also size multiply that can create a really cool effect right here also, and some wonky looking letters. If you are looking at something like that, we can actually go and get our text and put it into the mask effect of the back effect, and then when we go and size multiply, you won't actually get that wonky looking text and you will get something a lot cleaner. So let's go with something like 5 right here in the size multiply, and we can actually reset our maximum elements and just make them again 10,000 like this, and we can actually go to something like again 20 frames and keyframe our size multiply to 5, and then go back to frame 0, keyframe it again and just bring it down to 0.01. I don't know if it can go to 0, so it would look something like this, and then if you just let it go, it will back up our letters and just make it look like this. So if this is something you're looking for, you can easily do this and create some cool effects with these new Krokodove effects. So let's go back to the edit page. We have one more, and that is stretch, and this is what it looks like. It looks really cool, and let's go into Fusion, and right here Again, we have our text plus node, and then we have our stretch node. So let's see how did I create this. Let's add text plus node again, and then shift space and type in stretch and choose this right here. Stretch, add it. Let's go right here, copy our text and add it to our new text plus node. And now we have the stretch word. Let's increase the size so it fits better. And right here we have this stretch effect. Let's bring it into our viewer. And we are not gonna play with this source and destination because it's kind of wonky and it's really over exaggerated. I mean, you can, if you want, you can still create some cool effects, but we are gonna go source and offset to this right here. Okay, so in our source start, we are gonna do something like this because we need two viewers to actually see what's happening. Let's take our stretch and put it in our second viewer and just our text and put it in the first viewer like this. And then go to our stretch effect and adjust our source start be beginning right here on our E, and our source end be beginning on our E, because we want to stretch from our letter E. If you wanted it to stretch from RT or something like that, you would just match the source start and end on that letter. Now, if you play with offset start, as you can see, it will start to stretch that E because we have the source start and source end right here on our letter E. So it's basically stretching everything in between these 2 points, as you can see. And then you can create some really cool effects with this also. As you have seen in the beginning, I just went like this and then 20 frames forward, one more keyframe, and then we can go 20 frames forward again and set up one more keyframe. So we want on the first and last keyframes right here, we will leave offset at 0, and on the middle keyframe on frame 20 we are gonna increase our stretch offset to something like this. So it will it didn't make a keyframe here, so first keyframe 0, then it stretches, then it bounces back to right here, and then we can go to frame 38 like this, keyframe our offset end, and then we can go to frame 58, keyframe it again, and then to frame 78 and keyframe it again. So let's go back to the middle one and then just increase the stretch to this side, and then we have like this animation that bounces back and forward with our stretch. Let's just see this created. Just delete this keyframe. Okay, so now we can go to our spline and then zoom alt fit, select all and smooth it out. And now we have a simple animation that bounces back and forth. So yeah, these Krokodove effects are really cool and they have improved DaVinci Resolve tremendously. But what do you guys think? Comment down below, are these cool effects or not, and what do you want to see next? Soon I will be making a video about smooth text animation, and I'll also create like a free pack of text pieces that you can just drag and drop in your timeline. So if you are looking forward to that, leave that like and press that subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.